Well, hello everybody, Eonin here, and welcome back to Eonin's Edge. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Finch Knives Halo. This is an apexless knife, so my time with this knife has been pretty short. Let's jump right in with some basic specs. We got 14C28N flat grind, coated blade, looks like a DLC type coating. It is a liner lock with pretty solid looking lockup on it. It's got two-tone G10 scales. We've got this sort of canary or racing yellow on the bottom, and then a brighter royal blue on the top with the glow-in-the-dark Finch logo on the show side of the knife. It does have nested liners in it. It's riding on ceramic ball bearings, and it has a machined or milled type pocket clip on this side. There is 2 3/4 inches of usable fine edge. We have a scale length of almost exactly 4 inches, a tip to tail length here of 7 1/8 of an inch, and the weight on this knife is a very light 2.8 ounces. I'd also like to mention before I go any further in a review that I will be doing this review as part of the Beard of Doom's 1K giveaway. So if you're looking to get into Doom's 1K giveaway, when you finish watching this, please hit like and add the comment Doom 1K for a chance to win his 1K giveaway. This will not be the knife that's given away, but this will be one of the videos that he will be looking to pull winners from. So please leave your comments. And if you like what you see on the channel, think about subscribing. I do knife reviews at least once a week here and live streams as well. I'd love to have you on board. But anyway, if you want a chance at Doom's 1K giveaway, please like the video and leave a comment that says Doom 1K for a chance to win. All right, let's get into what I like about this bad boy. Despite being a more budget-minded Finch, it still looks and feels very much like a Finch knife. There's good build quality here. There is simple but very usable ergonomics. You're able to get all 4 fingers on here with my large glove size hands, a little bit of room in the back. You can't even move up here if you'd like. Get your thumb on the jimping that they've put here on the little flipper tab. So if you want to cinch up there and get a little closer, you can. It's a pretty good feeling knife. Nothing fancy, but good solid ergos. They've removed a little material here to let you get to the liner lock. I like that a lot. That's always a good thing. But like I said, build quality, simple and functional ergos. You've got your 14C28N blade. There we go. The two-tone G10 is a nice way to add a little pop of color. The blue and yellow wouldn't be my favorite, but I dig it. I understand what they were trying to do there. Like I said, a nice way to add a little splash of color. Texturing on the handles is decent. A little bit, just a little bit on the too smooth side for my liking, but not too bad. I only made a handful of small cuts with this. It came out of the box pretty sharp. I did make a handful of small cuts. Again, it is an Apex knife. I don't get a lot of time with it. I didn't heavy use it. I did carry it a couple of days just to see how I liked it. And I do like it very, very much. It is very easy to EDC. It has a good action on it. Pretty much falls closed, as you can see. Fires right out there. Flipper tab's the only way to deploy this knife. That's what it's designed to be. And as you can see, it just falls closed very, very easily. So it is pretty fidgety if that happens to be your thing. If fidgety knives are your thing and you like small fidgety knives, well, this knife's pretty fidgety, so you probably like it. Like I said, the knife carries well. It's sharp and it holds a pretty good edge. I didn't put it through a lot of paces, but it's Finch 14C28N. I would assume that it probably is pretty well heat treated, but again, I did not have enough time with this knife to really put it through its paces and test it. Most of the Apex knives we don't really get to use very much or put through a lot of testing. But again, it's a Finch, they're a reputable brand, and I'm sure that most people will be happy with the steel on this knife if they know they're buying 14C. Are there any issues or dislikes? There is a small one. So the pocket clip is not reversible, and that's not a killer. I mean, you know, it's a righty only, but that does knock out people who are lefties. It is, in my opinion, it's a little on the stiff side. I did have a little bit of trouble getting it in and out of my pocket. Nothing too bad. It does carry nice in terms of the size and the way it sets in your pocket, but it is also not a deep carry clip. So you're gonna have about this much of the knife right here sticking out of your pocket. So it's not a true deep carry clip. It is a milled and machine clip, but not deep carry. And it is pretty stiff, I have to say. Some people might like that. That might be okay for you. But for me, I thought it was a tiny bit on the stiff side considering the size of the actual knife. But not a big deal for most people, I don't think. It didn't rip my pants or anything like that, but it just goes in and out a little bit stiff. And then the other thing too is, I always talk about balance points. This knife is not bad, but it is slightly handle heavy. Considering it has such a short blade on the front, I would assume that's why the balance point on the knife here, as you can see, is a good inch or so back from the pivot. Again, it doesn't feel bad. It definitely, you can feel the weight of the handle in your hand a little bit more, but overall, it feels like a pretty solid little knife and feels pretty good in hand. So let's do a couple of quick size comps for you. The first one I'm gonna do is a knife that a lot of people know, obviously. It's the Civivi Elementum. They are very, very similar in size, similar handle size, similar blade length on these two knives. Very, very similar knives. The Civivi's got a little bit more beef to it. The handle feels a little bit beefier, but again, not as long overall as the Halo. As you can see, the Halo has some room sticking out back here, and the Civivi Elementum does not. Now let's get to another knife that I think it does relate very well to size-wise, and that is the Benchmade Bug Out. Here's a completely box stock bug out of mine, and these knives are virtually identical in length. That is pivot to pivot I'm showing you right there. There's just a tiny, tiny bit more blade on the Benchmade, and the handles are almost the same size. The Finch does feel more substantial in your hands. The G10 is solid. It has nested liners, whereas the stock bug out always feels too light and kind of plasticky and squishy. So I think I give a little bit of an edge to the Finch there in that category itself. So those are the comparisons. So let's talk about the overall value of this knife. The Halo comes in red and black with a black coated blade, which I think is a lot sexier looking knife. And then it comes in this blue and yellow with the coated blade. It's 14C28N, so it is a budget slash affordable type of steel. You know, it's a mid-category steel that's very, very popular with most of the knife community. And like I said, I'm sure Finch probably did a pretty good job on this because most of their knives tend to come out with, you know, good heat treats and good quality workmanship. I know that they don't make them themselves, but again, it definitely looks and feels like a Finch knife. It's around $100 to $105, depending on where you buy it. You might be able to find it on sale occasionally, cheaper than that, and it is a solid knife. As someone who myself owns several Finch knives already, more so they're sort of more premium ones. This one here I like. I don't know if it's totally the best value at $100 or so. There's plenty of 14C knives out there in this size category that are less than $100. Now, granted, it does have that Finch look to it. It does have that Finch build quality. It is a solidly built little knife, and it carries pretty well in the pocket. You'll have to decide, as will I, because I can't quite make up my mind on it yet, if I really want to pull the trigger on this knife for around $100. Again, if you're a Finch fan and a collector, you'll probably want to add the Halo into your collection. So there you have it, folks. There is the Finch Halo in 14C28N. Also, don't forget at the bottom to hit the like button. Leave me a comment in the comment section that says Doom 1K. I will also leave it in the description of the video for a chance to be entered in the Bearded Dooms 1K giveaway. Alright folks, thanks as always for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the review of this knife. I'll see you next time. Stay sharp, everyone.